is on the way.
That's right, Mighty Mouse, Mark McMillian, former Eagle, Chief, Emmy Award winner, and a master griller, and an alum of the University of Alabama. He joins us now on the Right to Guest line. Fox Sports 910 Phoenix. How we doing there, McMillian?
Mighty Mouse.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good out here. How you guys doing?
Doing great, doing great. So do you like the new hire? Well, it's not official yet, but it's pretty close.
It is official.
It is official now. So you got DeBoer, who got his Huskies to the national championship. Is he going to be a nice fit there in Tuscaloosa?
You know what? It doesn't. Who the coach is going to be. It's a tough situation for anybody when you're replacing the greatest coach of all time. It doesn't matter who takes that job, but we just got to roll with it. DeBoer's a proven coach. He put the Washington program back on the map, had them in the national title game, and we just got to roll with it, man. It's still Alabama. We were winning national titles before Saban. They will win national titles after Saban. But like I said, you can't replace the greatest coach of all time.
Minucci, notice how he got roll in there twice?
Oh, I see
how they
there.
roll there, roll tide there. Mark, you're good, man. You are good.
That's how he won that Emmy, Rock.
That's right.
He gets that whole thing. So, Mac, you were around that program, Nick Saban, a lot. And I know he always welcomed the alumni. He used to talk to us. What is it you're going to take away? What did you learn or what did you see in the Nick Saban era, not only for you and the alumni, but for that program?
No scandals, no sanctions. And in a world with, there's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and especially with the NIL kicking in, consistency. It's something that we saw with the New England Patriots when they had Tom Brady. It was consistent, and like I said, you can't put into words to describe what he meant to that program, what he meant to the alumni, and what he meant to a lot of guys long after football. And, he's almost that father figure to a lot of guys. You look at how many millionaires he had made in college football for these guys to play at the next level. It's unprecedented. So, just being around the program, still being close to the program. A lot of people are going to turn their nose up about this hire, but who do you hire that Alabama fans will be like, yeah, we love it. You go get Lane Kiffin, but Ole Miss, they don't play defense over there at Ole Miss. And Alabama is known for playing defense. And you saw, Sarkisian throwing up his hook'em horns. He didn't want it. There's a lot of coaches out there that didn't want this job. And, you got to be tough. You got to have thick skin because if you lose one game, DeBoer, when he loses his first game, oh, my God, they're going to be trying to run him out of town.
Mac, it's interesting. You hear all the, how it just seems from afar, and you know better than us, that Nick Saban seemed very heavy-handed with the players at practice, but guys say the opposite. He was very engaging. He was concerned about his players, especially on the recruiting trail, because a lot of them thought it was like a facade, right? Come to Bama, we'll do this and that. They said no. He was consistent that way as well.
Yeah, and like I said, I was there with first I was there with Coach Curry, who got fired the day I landed in Tuscaloosa. So I didn't even have a coach when I landed from LAX to Alabama, and then Coach Stallings took over. He was a NFL coach for a while, and he was the same way. He came into the offensive room, the defensive room. He was a DB coach, by nature in the pros, and him and our coach Bill Oliver they got into fight, verbal arguments at least once a week. Just Coach Stallings with hands-on with the defensive back, but it was very competitive in the on the field, off the field, in the meeting rooms. But same thing with Saban, man. He gets after those guys, but the results are he wins games, and he makes players better on and off the field. And every program is going to have some kids that get in trouble, but what he was able to do over a long period of time. I think he lost like 20-something games his entire time at Alabama. Some programs lose that in 2 years.
Former Alabama corner Mark Mighty Mouse McMillian joining us here on the Right to It guest line. Where do you think he ends up next?
Coach Saban?
Yep. College game day, television.
No, I think Mrs. Terry, his wife, has spoken. Over the last couple of years, she's been like, hey, I just want my husband home. He's 72 years old, guys. It's not like he's some spring chicken that wants to still be in the limelight. He has all the money in the world. He never has to pay for another meal in Florida or in Alabama. So I'm sure he's just going to kick back on this boat, man, and just enjoy just being a father and just enjoy life, man. Because like I said, he's 72 years old, going at it like this, and I'm 53, and some days I don't want to get up. I don't get up. He didn't have that option.
Hey, let's shift our gears to Wild Card Weekend. Both teams that you play for are not going into the playoffs that strong. You know, I'm a big Eagles fan, and you played for Eagles and Chiefs, but did things change? Do you think things will change for both these teams as they get into the playoffs here this weekend?
Well, maybe maybe our wings will warm up in Tampa because they were not. Our wings were. We had some bad wings there in Philadelphia. We had some really bad games down the stretch. For the last 6-7 weeks, the team has just been underachieving on both sides of the ball, even special teams. You know, Philly fans, they're trying to get Nick Sirianni out of there, but you know, they changed offensive coordinators. We changed defensive coordinators in the middle of the season, and you see the results. You know, these guys are not playing well. Offense is not clicking. You got injuries on both sides of the ball. You go to Kansas City, and we're just so used to KC just dominating, but they're limping in as well. You know, they got guys out there that your receivers that you coach out there at Tumbleweed Park can probably catch better than the Chiefs receivers, but it's rough.
You know, Mac, it's interesting you watch the defense, and I don't know, the coldest you've played, and I played in, I think, minus 13, which is as close as I have. How much does that affect the defensive backs, per se, when you're covering the receivers for the Chiefs? I mean, how much will that come into play? Or once you get loose and you're out there, you're pretty much heated up, won't affect, or will it affect your footing with that turf?
The grass to be fine in Kansas City. They have one of the best ground crews in the NFL.
Okay.
And it'll be fine. Like I said, it's your job. You got to go out there. I remember Byron Evans always said, "Man, don't worry about that cold, because that cold ain't worry about you."
But when the Fahrenheit and the Celsius meet, which are pretty close, it's not football weather anymore. It's pretty dangerous for everyone involved, including the fans. I mean, if they're going to get minus 30 degrees, you know, that's just, this wind chill is going to be nuts. I mean, when do you get to the point where you just don't play?
Oh man, it's really bad. You see, I think Buffalo is going to probably move their game to Cleveland. In Kansas City, I was saying the same thing. I was like, man, there's some fans that you can die in that kind of weather. You know, you're sitting out there. There's no movement. You know, frostbite. Maybe they should move the game, you know, to the daytime or later.
Sure.
You know, maybe a day later or something like that. But you know, playing in these kind of temperatures, we say we love the game, but we're human as well. And, you know, that is bone-chilling weather. Either team is going to be effective, you know, in that kind of weather. I don't care who you got quarterbacking or running the ball. Miami's coming from, 80 and humidity to minus. They're going to get off the plane and feel that door open up, and they're going to be like, man, if we don't score probably in the first half, we checking it in and just going back to South Beach.
All right, Mr. Emmy Award-winning pregame and postgame show host of the Las Vegas Raiders. Should Antonio Pierce remain the Raiders head coach?
You know what? It's a world that perfect world. Yes, I think so. He's earned his right. He's earned the respect of the locker room. The fan base loves him. You know, he went 5-4. With his first time being a head coach, interim head coach. The players rallied around him. They were in every game. They should have won some close games that, you know, by a field goal or 1 point. But he's put in the work. And I know people say he doesn't have experience. But what do you want? You know what I'm saying? It's like I see Mayo got the head coaching job over there with the Patriots. Which, he was part of the system. They love him over there. I know everybody talked about Jim Harbaugh, but there's so many jobs open. Harbaugh's going to be able to back up the Brinks truck and pick whatever he wants. But I would say the Raiders would be a perfect fit for Harbaugh with a young quarterback. They can have an opportunity to draft up. Right now, they're sitting at 13. He's got weapons on offense. He's got a lot of guys coming back for the defense side of the ball. But Antonio Pierce, man, he's a Raider through and through. He's from Compton, grew up a Raider. You know, you saw all the Raider greats in the locker room after the last game, smoking cigars, the radio. You had Jim Otto and Ted Hendricks in there puffing on cigars, man. The old school guys were back.
Hey, we got about 20, 30 seconds. Grilling with McMillian at your website. If I was going to go there right now and I could buy one item that will make my barbecue just the best ever, what would be the secret sauce,
so to speak?
It's the barbecue sauce, man. You got to go online, grillandmcmillan.com, and get that barbecue sauce. It's doing really well. I'm on a pizza here. I'm on a burger. I just launched a sushi roll today, so things are going well. I will be back in Arizona probably next weekend to do a collaboration where we're going to raise money for the Ryan's House Center right there in Arizona as well. So I'm excited to come back to Arizona and help raise some money.
Let us know how we can help next week. All right. Mighty Mouse, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Have a great weekend.
I appreciate you guys. Roll, Tide, roll.
Coming up, we'll take the fifth caller for our Learner and Row over-under contest, where you get a chance to take on the counselor and Washington alum who just lost their head coach, Kevin Rowe, for a $50 gift card if you could beat him. 602-260-90.